WBZ is your home for the Patriots. The team's 2026 schedule is here, and it's definitely a more challenging slate this time around for the reigning AFC champions. And joining us now to talk about it is CBS Sports NFL staff writer Tyler Sullivan. Tyler, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy to be with you.
When the schedule was officially announced, clearly much tougher. What stood out to you the most?
Well, anything's going to be tougher than what the Patriots had a season ago. It was a historic, easy schedule, the easiest strength of schedule since the 1999 Rams. So anything compared to that is going to be a little bit more treacherous. But the things that stood out to me is that the Patriots are back in prime time. After going to the Super Bowl a season ago, they are back on the national stage. 5 primetime games the Patriots have this season. And that isn't even including the fact that this team is also going to Germany this season to play the Detroit Lions. So there is going to be a lot of national stages for the New England Patriots in 2026. The other thing that stood out to me is the fact that this team is going to have an AFC Championship rematch with the Denver Broncos in Week 17. So late in the season, potential playoff matchup between two teams that were fighting to go to the Super Bowl a season ago.
And let's focus on the beginning of the schedule. All the rumors were true, turns out, and the Pats will open the season with 3 consecutive games against division winners from last year. So can you put all of that into context, how difficult it could be for the Pats right out of the gate?
Yeah, obviously, you're going up against the Seattle Seahawks, the team that you lost to in the Super Bowl, in the opener in Seattle. The entire first month for the Patriots is going to be not just difficult, but historically difficult. I talked about how they had an easy strength of schedule last season. Well, this is the toughest strength of schedule from weeks 1 through 4 in the last 40 years in the NFL. So this is not just a difficult schedule for the Patriots in 2026. This is difficult pretty much that we've seen in the last 40 couple of decades now. So this is very difficult for the Patriots. Obviously, you're going up against divisional opponents, a team that you lost to in the Super Bowl, so it is difficult.
And let's double click on that, Tyler. The trips will include 2 on the West Coast, then the game in Germany. You got to fly to Europe and get back. So how does the team's travel compare to last year? It seems like it's going to be a lot of logistical stuff and kind of hard.
Yeah, very difficult. And you saw last year, they didn't really travel that much. The furthest west they went, I believe, was New Orleans. So very different in terms of what they are going to have from a difficulty standpoint, but also, as you referenced, logistically. You're going now to the West Coast twice. You face Seattle, you face the Los Angeles Chargers, 2 different trips. Then you go to Germany. So that is just another wear and tear that the Patriots will have to deal with, something they didn't see in 2025.
Right. The game in Munich will be on in the morning here, so it's going to be a lot of people will have to plan their breakfast tailgating parties. Is there anything about the schedule that could be in the Patriots' favor?
I do think that, yes, the first month is difficult, but it does subside for them towards the second month of the season. You're facing teams where I do think that you should be favored up until your middle of the season bye there. I think that after that first month, there's about a 5 to 6 week stretch there where I think you'll be favored in pretty much all of their games, except for when they go to Chicago. I think you probably won't be favored in that game, but certainly a winnable contest. So it might be struggles in the early goings, but I think the Patriots will level out after they go through their second month of the season and going into their bye.
Yeah, how do you think all of this will affect the outlook for the whole Patriots 2026 season?
So they were rivaling for the number 1 seed a season ago. I don't know if they'll necessarily be there, but I also don't think that the floor is going to completely fall out from under the Patriots. I still think this is a team that can rival for double-digit wins, contend for the division title. It just won't be as dominant as it was a season ago because of that schedule.